Joining us now is TJ Turner. He's an attorney for David Marshall, a former Paxton aide who was one of the people who came forward against Attorney General Paxton. Thanks so much for coming on the show. Appreciate it. Before I ask you details, just give us a big picture. What was this hearing, and why would Republicans have led it?
So this hearing was held by the Texas House of Representatives General Investigations Committee. Our client, my client, and the other whistleblowers reported what they believed to be criminal conduct on the part of General Paxton to the FBI in the fall of 2020. They were all summarily either fired within weeks or resigned in protest. Four of those whistleblowers filed a lawsuit under the Texas Whistleblower Act to try to be compensated for the wages they lost after they were fired. And that lawsuit culminated in a settlement with the Attorney General's office in February of this year. The Texas legislature has to approve any settlement with a state agency over $250,000. When we went to the legislature to get that approval, the Speaker's office, the House of Representatives opened this investigation. And today was the culmination of that investigation. That was what you saw on that tape, was the investigators that the committee appointed delivering their findings to the committee.
Let's talk about the whistleblowers. I mean, Attorney General Paxton is suggesting that this is politically motivated. Your client and other whistleblowers, Democrats?
No, sir. All Republicans, all appointed by General Paxton himself.
And supporters of Paxton?
Yes, sir. At the time they were appointed, yes.
All right. So, we've sort of just touched on some of the allegations of corruption here. I mean, there's a lot to sort of dig into. One of the things that they spent a lot of time on, which got a little confusing, was this idea of a special counsel who had been appointed, a special prosecutor, to investigate. Can you summarize for us what the problem there was?
I can. So all of these allegations revolve around, all the allegations that our whistleblowers reported to the FBI revolve around Paxton's involvement with a campaign donor and friend named Nate Paul, who's a real estate developer who's in legal trouble of his own here in Austin. And back in 2020, the Attorney General used his office and abused the power of his office to assist Mr. Paul in his both criminal issues and civil issues that he had with, for example, lenders on his property. So one of the allegations that our whistleblowers made that was affirmed by this investigating committee today was that General Paxton, on his own, hired a 5-year attorney out of Houston with no prosecutorial experience whatsoever, executed a contract on his own, circumventing all known and customary requirements of the agency to contract with outside counsel, appointed this gentleman special prosecutor, which is a title that heretofore didn't exist at the Attorney General's office. And this young attorney, with the full power of the Attorney General's office ostensibly behind him, went to the Travis County grand jury here in Austin and caused 39 subpoenas to issue to Nate Paul's adversaries, which included lenders, civil adversaries in bankruptcy and in civil suits, the magistrate judge that signed a search warrant for Mr. Paul's property, and federal investigators that had been investigating Mr. Paul.
TJ Turner, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Abrams.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.